At number 10 we have Return of the Disaster Class Hero. This manhwa is about Lee Gon, one of the greatest hero of the century. There are 12 humans who were sent by the saints, also known as the god, to save the earth. However, an unknown person appeared who was not connected to gods, but he was immensely stronger than others. His name was Lee Jian. With this, they fought a lot together, almost defeat all the calamities in the world. The world was almost saved. But at this instant, the 12 saints betrayed Lee Jian and tried to assassinate him by throwing him in the strongest dungeon that they raid. But after the betrayal, Lee Gon never let any monster kill him for the past 20 years of fighting the strongest monsters in that dark dungeon. As a result, he returns again into the modern world together with the destruction of the strongest dungeon. And this time he'll get revenge to the person who tried to kill him into that pit of darkness. At number 9 we have Kill the Hero. The story is based on the character of Kim Woo-jin. Kim Woo-jin hated the world from his birth. He was betrayed by people everywhere in his life and beaten because he was weak. Everything changed for him after the dungeon appeared. He meets Se-jun Lee. Se-jun was the person he decided to follow. He decides to save the world with him, until Se-jun killed him. When they were going to defeat the last boss, Kim was betrayed by Se-jun. He was stabbed to death, though after a little while, he was reincarnated back in time. Now he is hellbent on taking revenge. He'll get stronger now and get back at those who betrayed him. At number 8 we have Second Life Ranker. This manhwa is about Cha Yeon-woo, a person who was a fun and lovely guy, but after 5 years, Yeon got a news about his brother, and the news says that his brother died while he was in the game, and it was a sudden death. Since that day his life was full of tragedies. Yeon is living alone because his father died when he was a little and his mother died 3 years prior to the incidents of the story. His brother left a box with a watch before his death. With that he go through the watch of his brother and he learns that Jang was killed inside the tower. And the reasoning of the new is just to cover up the person who killed his brother. So to get revenge, he decides to become a player in this game. He reawakens as a human with the dragon bloodline. He has the knowledge of the obelisk that he gained from his brother's watch, and he started to climb the tower and kill everyone who betrayed his brother. At number 7 we have Max Level Returner. This manhwa is about Yoon Sang-hyuk, a person who's been living into his room for almost 22 years just to finish the game that he loves to play, and after 22 years of struggle inside the game Masked Monarch, he undeniably defeats the Demon Lord. But it turned out that it was a lie that he actually defeat the Demon Lord, because every monster in that game that he plays for 22 years came into reality. Not surprisingly that he also returned to reality with his gaming stats at the game. And with that stats, he was the strongest existing player of the game. He did a lot of things to achieve everything in the game and became level 10,000. And now that his fight comes to reality, he needs to protect the earth to protect his loved ones. At number 6 we have I Am the Sorcerer King. This manhwa is about Lee Sung-hoon, a person who is in the present time when somehow a monsters attacked humanity. With this, many people also gained new powers and ability. And during that time Sung-hoon was so desperate need of money because of his mother's illness. So he started taking dangerous jobs and also acted as bait for monsters so that the other player could kill the monster. But one day he was heavily injured by a monster and remembers all of his past memories as the Sorcerer King Kratos. And by that time, he started to regain the memories of the past where it show his overpowered ability that could make a humanity tremble in fear. With the memories that Sung-hoon gained, he remembered that in his past life, he was a tier 9 sorcerer, and he already transcended the universe 3 times, and that he is also known as Aura Master, Golem Master, and a craftsman of high caliber. However, he had trust issues as he stated he only remembers one woman from his past life, and that was the dragon that killed him, and because of that he got reincarnates in the 21st century. At number 5 we have SSS Class Suicide Hunter. This manhwa is about Kim Gong-ya, a person who is the protagonist and the almost number 1 fan of Flame Emperor. Flame Emperor, who was known as the strongest hunter in the world. And with that title, Kim Gong-ya was constantly jealous of him and been wanting to have that title on his name. And the reason for his jealousy is that he has no power to do so. But surprising something happened when he gets an S+ skill. It's a skill that granted him to copy any S rank skill from the person who kills him. However, he needs to die to acquire the skill. But one day, when he is unwilling to die, he was soon murdered by the Flame Emperor, and through that death, he gets the Flame Emperor's skill, which is time travel. So now he can turn back time after his death that granted him more useful skill than anyone. At number 4 we have The Beginning After the End. This manhwa is about Arthur Lewin, a person who was the greatest king of all time in the name of King Gray. But Gray was a lonely king, so he was not trusted by anyone and he never trusted anyone too. But he also tried to trusted someone who he thought as someone who deserved his trust. But eventually he was betrayed by that person, and after that encounter he saw the light at the end of the tunnel and realized that he has really died. But when King Gray was thinking about his death, he was born as a kid named Arthur Lewin, where in this world everything changed, because he was the son of two loving parents who cared for him so much. He also has gained many trustworthy friends by the time comes. However, this was a dangerous world filled with swords and sorcery, and it didn't take him very long to realize that the dangers of this world is still there. And he also realized that in order to protect the people he loves in this life, then he needs to become strong. At number 3 we have Legend of Asura. This manhwa is about Jagong Jin, a person who is known as the Venom Dragon and the Legend of Asura, because he's a person who killed thousands of people with his single hand. He is also known as the greatest assassin in all of the martial art world. He is the man responsible for bringing 10,000 people together through the martial art alliance. But he got betrayed and left. But before these things happen, Jin is a lovely kid who lived with her mother and grandfather in the forest. But because of someone who despite them, her mother got killed through poisoning using a centipede. During that time Jin also got beaten by the poisonous centipede, but he unconsciously bit the centipede TP kill it, and to his surprise, he survived, but his grandfather who protect him didn't make it. And since that day, Jin make himself strong to get his revenge. At number 2 we have Existence. This manhwa is about Lee Jan-in, a person who lived for so long. He's a person who live as an ant, rabbit, tiger, lion and many other animals. And every time he die from that form, he unconsciously get the ability of the animal he uses to born. But one day he was born as a human, a baby of a really good mother who cherished his son so much. At a young age, Lee Jan thought that her mother is just like the other people that he encounter in his life. But it didn't happen because his mother is a really loving mother to him and a person who's really to sacrifice her life for her child. During that time Lee Jang got into incident that killed her mother, and to his anger he killed all the people who make her mother suffer. After so many years, he trained to crash the world, but when he's about to do that, he saw a girl who looked like exactly like his mother, and with that he decide to make that decide after her knows about this girl. At number 1 we have Academy's Undercover Professor. This manhwa is about Ludger, a person from the modern world who got hit by a car and reborn as a baby with all the knowledge that he has. Ledger is a great magician who worked for all the dirty deeds, and when he assigned for a mission to assassinate a person in the train, he got caught up into a killing too with one of the professor of the most prestigious school, the Soren Academy, and he started his life a professor and make some unbelievable things happen into his class. That's it. I hope you guys have a great time watching this video and figure out what manhwa you should read next. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you like this video. Also share it with your friends who also having a hard time choosing a new manhwa to read.